obviously we don't want to just work one part of the body. In one of the other videos we've done, we did the cardio, so that's really important to get the cardiovascular maximisation of working out through the heart. Make a good workout for fitness, for the health of your heart, for the health of your body. If you're a mum, you'll have more energy to run after your kids, which is great. And of course it helps us to tone and burn calories, which is always a lot of people's motivation. Okay, so we've done the cardio on another video. This time we're going to concentrate on the upper body, okay? Whilst we're concentrating on the upper body, we're also working on the muscles as well. It's never just one part of your body, but the one that we're particularly connecting with is the upper body. Okay, for this there are no excuses. You don't need to take any heavy dumbbells away with you. Also, you don't have to have them in your house if you're limited with space. You can literally just do this with a band. Okay, so there's lots of things you can do. I want to teach you probably the best tricep exercise that I know. One of the best. Okay, there is one that's harder that we might do in another video, but for now we want to do this one. Okay, so you're going to go on all fours. I'm going to bring a mat over as well. Remember never to kneel on a bare floor if you're working out, unless it's a sprung gym floor. It's not really recommended. Your knees particularly are vulnerable, so you want to make sure that you've got a mat down. Okay, we're going to put, this is a Pilates, I'm also a certified Pilates mat work instructor, and this is a classic Pilates exercise, okay? So you go into what I call the upright tabletop position, so your shoulders are directly above your wrists, your hips are directly above your knees, okay? And then you're going to hold this band in your hand like that, at the resistance that's right for you. So start with a little resistance and then add it as you feel able. What you're going to do is you're going to tuck the elbow in here to the side of your body and then just extend out and then back into a bicep curl, out into a tricep stretch, back into a bicep curl, okay? Wow, yeah. So you want to make sure that you keep the elbow down and tucked in towards your body. Perfect. The muscle Lisa's using is this, the tricep. Can you feel it working?
Yes, I can.
Good.
And I've never heard of doing this exercise.
What I love about this exercise is it works the tricep without putting your rotator cuff in your shoulders at an awkward angle. Tricep dips I'm not a huge fan of because it puts your shoulders at an angle where your entire body weight is on it when it's not at its strongest, whereas here it is at its strongest. Okay, good. Now you're going to do 5 quickly. Don't stop. 5 quickly. 1, 2, full flexion. 3, 4, and hold. 10, 9, 8, look at those rocks, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Good, and how feel?
I feel that burn, yeah.
Okay, so we need to do the other arm as well, otherwise she'll be all wonky afterwards. You can do this a couple of times, you can do a couple of rotations of this. Okay, well, when we say concentrated, it means limiting the movement to one particular area and go right back in again, remember? So you want the full flexion, you want the full. Good, bringing it in into a bicep curl, so up here, so you can really make the most of the extension. Good, breathe out as you extend, always breathe out, exhale with the exertion, and then inhale as you come back. Good. 3, 2, lovely job, and 1. Now 5 in quick succession. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. No cheating, no putting your hand against your hip. Well done, Lisa. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Okay, so that's one exercise for the tricep. I can do that with prenatal mums, I can do it with postnatal mums. It doesn't put any stress on here. It helps you to work your core actually because you're having to pull your tummy button in towards your spine because gravity is actually making it want to sag, so you feel you want to activate it and switch it on. So that's a nice little bonus that it works your tummy out as well. Okay, also with this one, there's another tricep one that you can do where you take the arm up in line with your ear, okay, and you just extend it like so. Okay, I wouldn't normally do 2 triceps on the row, but I'm just letting you know that this is an alternative. Now again, as I said, with concentrated, it means we're concentrating on one particular muscle as the primary mover. In this case, the tricep. How you concentrate it is to not allow any other movement. So if I was to go like that, I'd be using the shoulder. It would be ineffective on the tricep, but not terribly good for the shoulder. Okay, exhale as you come out, inhale as you come back. Do the same with the other arm as well. but I would normally do this on a day you're not doing the other one, or with another exercise in between. So you're not exercising the tricep, two exercises in a row.
See, the first one we did, how many sets?
So the one that we did on the floor, you can do 2 sets of. One is actually enough, but you could do 2 sets. Then I would go and do some biceps instead, and maybe a plank, and then come back and do this tricep one. So you're not doing them on top of each other. If you do 2 sets of the other one, you don't really need to do this one. Now with that one, when you were tiring or the band is a little tight, you tend to put your elbow out. You want to bring it back in towards your head, because it's the concentration of keeping it tucked into your head. So I would say your resistance is probably a bit high there. Yeah? So watch that. Make sure also that you're not leaning back like that and putting pressure on the lower back. Okay, then for the biceps. If you've got a long band, you can do this with both at the same time. If you've got a short band, like half the size, do one hand at a time, okay? So this is the biceps concentrated. So again, tucking the arm in to the side of the body, okay? Put one leg behind the other to give you a nice stable foundation. Put your core on, so your pelvic floor muscle, your transverses, get those deep core muscles on, and the rest will follow suit, okay? And you're just going to bring, perfect, good. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale for 12. And you can do 2 to 3 sets of this.
Yeah.
If you want to go with progressive overload, much like with weightlifting, then you would increase the repetitions before you increase the resistance on the band, okay? So maybe go to 18 and then 20, and if that becomes easy, then increase the tension on the band instead. Good. Now, we always have one arm weaker than the other, so maybe Lisa, are you right-handed?
Yes.
Yeah, just work the left hand, that's this one, on its own for a count of 8 or 10, okay? That helps you to rebalance the muscle. Again, that's working nicely. Always think about the muscle you're working. So if you're not feeling it in that muscle, look at your form. When you're doing it on a video, the one thing I'm very reluctant about with video and coaching is that you can't check the person's form, and I'm really hot on form. So check yourself in the mirror. If you think the muscle isn't working properly, you've probably got your elbows out too far, maybe not enough resistance. So think about the muscles you're working. It helps you to check that you're doing it correctly. Okay, so there's some good exercises for the biceps. I'm just trying to think if there's another one for the bicep. There's always another one for the bicep. Okay, here's an alternative. Last one in this. Okay, love this exercise. Okay, so you do it like this instead. So same idea, but it just gives you another way to do it. Tuck it in behind your feet, make sure that it's not on the edge so the band isn't going to ping up. Always check your band before you use it, just to make sure there's no nicks in it or anything. There was an American senator a couple of years ago who ended up in a coma because his band snapped in his gym. That didn't hurt him, but unfortunately in the shock he fell over his treadmill, knocked himself out and ended up in a coma. So do check that the band is safely secure there and there aren't any nicks in it, okay?
And as well how you look after them, because we have some outside.
Yeah, don't leave them outside, particularly if you live in a tropical country like here. They do deteriorate, they don't last very long. They're a bit like the car batteries that only last 2 years here. Everything deteriorates more in this humidity.
Okay.
Some people powder them. Not so, that's a lot of work. Just expect to replace them when you see they've deteriorated. Yes. They will snap eventually otherwise, and you could end up injuring yourself. Okay, so leaning back slightly off your tailbone, your coccyx, okay? Again, same principle, we're concentrating on the bicep curls, but we switched on our abs to protect ourselves, okay? And then you're just going to bring the fist towards now if you're beginning to bend your knees, bring yourself to the end of the band more so that you've got less resistance. Okay, just check your form if you feel you're beginning to hunch up, or your elbows are going wide, or you're beginning to bend your knees. You probably need to release the tension a bit. Okay, the idea is you want to draw the fist towards your ears or your cheekbones, okay? Inhaling as you release, exhaling as you come back up. Really engaging your core to protect your lower back. That's fantastic. Good, keep going. And look at those muscles. 5. She's got 2. Same principle again. If you've got a weaker arm, just do 6, 8, 10 on that weaker arm. We want to balance.
Like every time?
Every time. Because you want to really try and rebalance your muscles. That's a good training program that allows you to take your weaknesses and make them stronger. So I always say people who are lifting dumbbells to go for the heaviest weight their weakest arm can manage, and then they will give it a better workout to catch up with the other arm. 3, 2, and relax. Good, careful how you take them off. And that's your upper body workout for your shoulders.
Oh, super. Yeah.